Hey everybody, we're here in the game center and it's time for another box opening. Now that we've got a lot of space cleared up here, we've started to get some of the machines set up. I was thinking I'm going to start doing a lot more of our box openings out here. This was kind of the whole idea, half the idea, of like getting this game center together is, since I'm not operating as like the business, it's a donation only kind of thing. It's like this is kind of my scenery for the for any of the videos that I do. If I do the podcast or anything like that, I'll do a lot of recording out here. So I'm going to start doing a lot of recording out here. So true to my my late trend of putting random other stuff in on my box opening videos, I'm starting out with a couple neat things that I got in the mail from other sources, generally all arcade related. So I picked this up from a lovely gent on the Discord group. And this is a bunch of old Game ST magazines from long ago. So we've got a Vampire Savior one, Virtua Fighter 2, Street Fighter 3. Just kind of, collecting a lot of these. These are things to go on the shelf for people to look at when they're over here at the game center. So, just some neat stuff there. The second thing I've got, this is something that came in from my distributors. There we go. And I'm going to have to get these a couple more times too, probably. After I got those egrets, I realized, it's going to be a lot of locks to replace. So this is 50 of my standard lock. So I use this standard lock that my distributor used to use for me, and since it's not one of the standard ones, it's very much less likely or extremely unlikely that anybody will have a key for it. So I just have this, and I just wanted to show how they ship it. This is 50 of them. And it looks like it probably fits about 100 in a box. So there's those locks. I didn't get them with keys because I have tons of keys, and here's all the locking bolts. So set that aside. I'm opening this up because I have a lot of cabs still in the game center and a very few other for shows that I do not have locks for. The last thing I've got here, I'm not sure if I'll think of anything else to open before getting into the Japanese box stuff. Like, that's coming in about a week. This is something that someone on Arcade Projects was offering, and since we had some significant damage on a number of our cabs on that one container, it's kind of just too good to be true if these came up. So these are the header plastics for Mario Kart. Specifically, they're header plastics for 1 and 3. This is the same cabinet. So the only difference is that these are white and the Mario Kart ones are blue. So we can take these and repaint them to blue if we like. And I got 2 sets because if I decide not to repaint them, I would like them to match. But either way, it's good because we haven't been able to put our headers on the cab for the last show that we did, and now that we have these, we can. Open this up here. I'll probably just open one so you see what they are. And here. I'm going to have to cut these open too. Go. I think it's 2 pairs or 4. I think each side is different. So there, it's just a plastic piece like this, and it's mirrored, and there are 2 of them. So that will just drop right in, and we'll be able to get our marquees back up on Mario Kart. Alright, I think that's it for this, and then I'm going to jump straight into the Japanese boxes in just a sec here. I'll be right back. Alright, we're back. back, and we've got our 3 boxes here to finish out this opening. I have tried many times to convince a couple guests to guest star on this, but they don't really want to right now. That's fine. I get to open my toys, and hopefully I have successfully forgotten everything that's in here. Like, if I remember right, there's some plush, some hardware, there's a control panel I've been looking forward to for a long time, which I need for the next video, so... Okay, so first box here, this is the heavy one. I want to say there's Chinnigan parts in here for someone, or they already took that, I don't remember. I think it was the last one, but yeah, I do have some Chinnigan parts because I was getting some other stuff, so I'm not going to unwrap these, but these are the air strings for Chinnigan. And originally I've been thinking I was going to have to break down a lot of cabs to get parts, and since I don't, I'm starting to pick up a bunch of the cheap ones that are on Yahoo Japan. So, there's air strings there. I think there's some more parts in here, but let's just start going through things. Got a box here with, ooh, this was an old Titotech box. It's got the Titotech tape on there. I think I've opened other things that have, you know, because I've done orders from Titotech before, but they have this fancy tape. I'm going to get some fancy tape made for the company at some point too, as well as a stamp. Probably start doing custom boxes for, you know, since I ship out PCBs a lot more now. But some cute stuff for the game center. I'll probably actually keep this box. It's going to go on the shelf in the. I feel like this is cards, but I'm probably going to be wrong. I got a bunch of bulk cards for a couple things. Yeah, so this is cards. This is for the Gundam card game, but this was something. It's like 1,300 yen or so. I don't remember what it was. It was ridiculously cheap, and it was just kind of cool. So, oh yeah, Sangokoshi Taisen as well. Just some like spare decks of cards and stuff like that. I just thought it was kind of cool. Just a little assortment of stuff. God, they're all like super dusty too. Like, so these are probably. This says. Oh, this is just like an inner sleeve. This is a starter pack. No, just some cool stuff. Like, I don't think I'm ever gonna run these, right? I can't get the Gundam card game as far as I know. There's some of which Tyson. Oh, and a bunch of baseball heroes. Yeah, so a ton of baseball heroes 2011 booster packs. But you know, again, as cheap as they are, when I'm already doing these big lots, these are just kind of cool things that get lost to time. So I picked up those. Let's start going through more boxes. This one's really heavy, so I'm assuming maybe like a power supply or something. I know we already got the Pop'n power supply in the last opening. I don't remember when I got that would be this bulky and heavy. Okay. And it is. Oh, okay, yes, that makes sense. These, I think I mentioned in the Concoli Arcade video. I don't know if that's going to be later or not, but that we are limited on the card stock that we can get. So I've just been buying up, and none of these are really worth anything. I think they're all just like bulk, super cheap cards. But, I mean, you can see this box is literally full, top to bottom, probably hundreds, I don't remember. I just bought another auction last night of 460 cards, and they were $2.68. So, if I'm going to be setting up something that like stubs out the printer, it would be nice to have, you know, cards. So I'm not even really going to look through this too much, but I mean, there's just freaking stacks of them. And I think none of them are any rarer than like the gold back or whatever. I'm still not familiar with this stuff, but like there's just so many cards. We get so much stuff to experiment with, work with, you know, because I want to make decks and like just punch a hole in them in the corners and just, you know, hang them so that people can use decks. But like this gives us stuff to work with without having to use up our card stock. I keep forgetting how heavy bulk cards is. I open the, like this thing feels like it should be a power supply or something. So, okay, this is the third of 4 of this set. I originally thought this set of plush was 3 of them. It was Lily, Acerola, and the Alolan trainer. But there is a 4th one that is never really new because it wasn't obvious on the box. And when I saw it, I got this. It was super cute. Compared to the others that are, you know, 200 plus bucks a piece, this one was only about 30 or 40. But I think this is actually the only other one in the set. Open it up. So, since these are just, they come in such a nice packaging, they're so well made, I'll have its own little display section up in the loft when we're done. Well, this one is just Cosmog. And I wouldn't have known it if I hadn't actually checked the auction and looked at the pictures. But it's done in that same super cute style, really nicely wrapped in there. So I'll just have these on display somewhere. So the only one I'm missing right now is Acerola, which still commands, like, there just has not been one under 200 bucks, and I don't really want to spend a bunch of money on that right now. I've been picking up a bunch of other more important items, so there's that. And we got 2 more boxes in this one. This might be, yeah, this is the control panel I've been looking forward to. So it says Sega Track on it, right there. This has to be an old box too. Like, that does not look like new labels at all. This might be another box that I'll keep around, just because it's kind of cool, old, nostalgic boxes and stuff. So this is a Sega Aero City Trackball Panel, which I will be using for Sega Supersonic, which is a trackball SEGASONIC game. I guess it's gotten quite expensive and rare since I got mine 2 or 3 years ago. I got it for around 600, and now they're the only ones listed we could find are around 1,600. So I've been waiting for about 3 years to get this game all up and running, and this trackball panel was the last piece. So I'm not going to open this too much because I'm going to be using this in a future video about an Aero table, or an Aero City that we got. It's in really great shape. So this came with these extra arts. I don't remember if these are photocopied or not. I think they are. Well, let me get a feel of the art, but I'm sorry, it's SEGASONIC The Hedgehog. These feel like cardstock. These are probably original. So I'll be able to put these in the marquee when we're done. So I'm going to be doing this video on the Aero, but probably it's going to go onto the Aero table for permanent use. I think right now 3 Wonders is in the Aero table, and I'll probably put that in last or the Aero City. We'll see in the end of the day. There's the art, and in here, oh, it's very nicely packed. I almost wonder if this is like an original box for this, because these are like taped in, or they're like glued onto the cardboard there, and this stuff is really old. So there's the harness for it, and we've got this really clean looking original trackball panel. I think this was around 600 or something when I finally got to it. They're not cheap. There's the panel. But like, it's really clean. There's not any rust at all.
No rust at all. It's insane.
Yeah, there you see, like, we looked in the Aero table. Like, it has a bunch of weird connectors, but like, this is specifically designed for an Aero. But like, so my motivation behind this, and I'll talk about it more in the video, is like, there's one guy in the Bay Area in the community that brings out an Aero table with this game and this panel. And I think he stopped after a while, but like, it was my first exposure to SEGASONIC The Hedgehog, and I've always wanted to have that set up, so, you know, it was not many people out there with Aero tables or this setup, so it's it was a special thing for me to get. So here's the rest of the harnesses. Put this back in. So I'll probably put the old panel in here and store it. Like this has to be an original box of some kind, but this is like the perfect shape. So then there's the rest of the harnesses and whatnot. I'd assume that this might be actually, some of this might be to hook it up to something else. There's a bunch of extra stuff.
That looks like a blaster.
Yeah, like blaster, like. So maybe these are just for running it and other stuff, and it's not going to matter to me because I'm going to put it into an Aero. So, but very cool. This of all things out of this box is what I was most excited for. Let's set this over here. We've got one more box here, and then two more behind us. This is quite heavy. So this is probably, this needs to go to the warehouse with this. It's one of the things we'll work on in the next couple days, just in case that container doesn't come. I need to get Playland Japan's Taiko fixed up. So hopefully the wood on this Taiko repair kit is better than mine. If I remember right, I had to give up my other repair kit to a friend of mine that needed it. So, of course, that's how things go. You let something like that go, you think, oh, okay, and then, sure enough, you need one, and then you don't have it. I've been doing that a lot lately and kind of telling myself to stop doing that more. Let's see. So I don't know if I've opened one of these before. These Taiko repair kits just come with everything, the pad, the backing, and the... So I think from the auction they didn't have pictures of the front, probably for a good reason, but we'll flip this around and take a look at this. So our Taiko video, I'm going to take one of these apart and we'll kind of look at the internals, how they work, what wears, stuff like that, and do a restore on that cap. So, okay. So these pieces, like the edges here are definitely worn underneath, but the centers are good, and I think the centers are what was really a problem on the Playland cap. Let's get this other side out. Yeah, so like the sides on this one are worn too, but they're actually no, this one's not. They're all right. But yeah, this is almost certainly going to be better than what's in Playland's cap. That one, there was like tape covering the whole thing, I think, to hold this together, and there's a big, I think there's a hole in the center with some black, like, plastic stuffed in it that says, do not hit here. So, this will probably do us quite good. Okay, we've got two more boxes to go through. They're both looking, well, one's big, that's probably some of the plush. So let's get this guy over here. Alright. Alright, so what did I buy? Looks like a marquee of some kind. Oh, it's okay. So this is a Drummania V7 marquee. I hope that's not all that's in this box, because it's kind of a waste. It might be. It might be something like this. So there's a Guitar Freaks V7. I still have Guitar Freaks cab in the warehouse. I do have two spare readers. The monitor, I believe, isn't coming on, or something isn't coming on, so it needs more repair. But since, nobody really wants those budget cabs, the last one, I'm thinking about just upgrading that one to a Monty PC, get it a little bit nicer before it gets sold. So, there's that. This has to be another marquee of some kind. Not sure what. Oh, this might be Chudita stuff. Now that I think about it. Yeah. So this is just some extra Chudita art pieces. The top marquee, the plexi here, just in case anything breaks. I think it's just those two. So, that, and we've got one more box. This one's quite heavy, so I think there might be
The water damaged one?
Oh yeah, that's right. This has been happening a lot lately, where they're coming in and they're dropping them off, and like there's water damage, but specifically they're still damp. And we live in the middle of a desert. It doesn't make sense to me. You know, somewhere these are getting wet, like you can see down here. And I think I mentioned in the last thing I opened too. And some of these are just coming in wet. Unfortunately, you know, they pack these well enough that it's fine. But so I've had reports of people getting Type X3s shipped out from me, and they show up and the package is wet. Like their goods are fine, but it's been happening a fair amount lately from FedEx. Okay. So what do we have in this one? Okay, this is quite big. Did I buy a control panel or something? Nope, this is not heavy at all. But it is bulky. So let's see what we got. Is it another tubes of something? Okay, so more Tunathin stuff, I guess. So this is the back plastic thing that goes over the LED bar in the back of Tunathin. So the rest of this is probably just more artwork and parts, and yeah. So there's, is that a couple sets? I don't remember buying a couple. Oh, it's a replacement. That's right. So this is just a replacement of the cover for the ground slider, which sucks because that's literally what Derek needs right now. I'm getting new labels, but that's just a replacement for the cover. What else? Replacement side covers for the Airstreams. And that's it. Probably repack a couple more things into this box. Stash these in the warehouse. More Tunathin parts? Yep. I apparently got, I don't remember getting 2 ground sliders, but 2 full touch panels for Tunathin. So, just put spare parts there. So I will thank myself for this later. And got a plush. This was something stupid like $5 or $10, so. And it's an Eevee that I do not have yet. Something cute, like a Valentine's Day one. So. Take Churno out of the spotlight. We got, okay. Since I'm getting closer and closer to setting up the Ultimedius cab, and getting it into good state, I picked up a lot of the figurines for it, so I'll have a couple things to decorate down the line. But these aren't anything special. Nobody cares about these. Nobody buys them, so they're really cheap. You might pay like $5 or $10 a pop. So just some Ultimedius figures. This is more. Oh, this is a Untitled. This is I'm not going to open this because we're going to do this in a different video. But this is a Untitled PCB. It's a test PCB that came with old Sega candy cabs to test video and video audio and function and stuff like that. This is. I don't know. I got a lot of stuff and I got a lot of it fast compared to last time. Like I'm already halfway through ordering my next batch of stuff. Yeah, so This is just a spare Helix power supply. Ooh, this one is toasty. I'm not gonna open this all. You can see on the edge there, like it's yellowing and yeah. But these aren't too expensive. They're not really high in demand because most people aren't running older JVS stuff in their cabs. But I keep them on hand, and they're cheap. So I keep them on hand in case I need them. There's something that I'll give to someone if they express interest and their cab doesn't have it. All right. Someone had fun making this box. Or it's just a really solid box. This is probably... Oh, what is this? Oh, I forgot about this. Okay. This is some spare parts for an Animelo-style Pop'n. Some power boards for it. I believe this is the amp. I have a friend of mine that picked up the really beat up, gutted Animelo cab that I had, and I think this stuff is in there, but it'd be really good to have these to repair his, or when I finally work on mine, I might need some of this stuff. This is the other speaker. But the nice thing was this also came with another door that I don't think I have this door yet. So I don't know which Pop'n this was from. I can see there's some wear in the yard. There's a couple places I can see through it, but I never intended to really be collecting a lot of these doors, but I have been. So got the door. And I think that's it. Yeah, I think we opened everything. So yeah, I guess we're gonna clean all this up, get the parts to the warehouse, get that panel, and take a look at that Aero City next. And you'll probably see me doing that in one of the next few videos. I hope you enjoyed this opening. They're getting longer, I know, but I like doing them and sharing with you. So see you next time.